ADHD is a spectrum disease, which means that it differs not only in kind but in severity. There are three main types. There's mainly hyperactive and impulsive, inattentive, and then combination of the two. The diagnosis can be vague at best and varies across from person to person. How is it diagnosed? Currently it's diagnosed by perceptions from teachers, parents, and physicians. Students or children must show at least 6 symptoms from either or both groups, and adults only need to show 5. But they have to appear in different settings, not just in one place. According to a study in the Journal of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry and Mental Health, problems with diagnostics, there's too much room for error because teachers have growing class sizes, budgets are shrinking, and demand for higher test scores are pushing teachers and creating a more stressful environment. At home, the same thing happens with parents. They're more stressed because they're trying to worry about their other kids. The college for kids are pushed to have higher grades because they're expecting to pay for college, and the economy is bad and it's hard all around. The problem so far, diagnosis is very subjective. Children in affluent communities are expected to have higher grades than a student that lives in a lower class environment, and boys are more likely to be diagnosed because they're usually more rambunctious than girls are. And the Smoky Mountain study in North Carolina followed a population of random students they selected, and they found that 57% of the students that received stimulants were not ADHD and did not meet the requirements to be diagnosed with ADHD. And then 27.8% of kids that did meet the criteria and were diagnosed were never even treated. Temptation of a quick fix. Stimulants can be a quick fix for people who don't want to spend the time to work with their kids, or who can't spend the time to work with their kids because they're working multiple jobs or they have a very high demand job. Side effects of stimulant medications can include elevated heart rate, low BMI, and higher blood pressure. In severe cases, medication can be the only choice, but that's only in severe cases. The other treatment options are diet changes, including omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and behavioral therapy, which is teaching kids to self-regulate. Alright, the marshmallow experiment. This is an experiment that Walter Mitchell, a psychologist, did. He followed children from preschool. He asked them to sit in a room with a marshmallow. He was like, alright, I'll give you one marshmallow. You can either eat it now, or you can sit here and wait 15 minutes, and I'll come back and I'll bring you a second marshmallow and you can have 2. The kids that could not wait, who had to eat the marshmallow, showed lower self-regulation, and he followed them farther on into life and found that the kids that did wait made better life decisions and were able to follow through with more long-term goals. They were more likely to graduate college and get higher paying jobs. And this is not only for young kids, this goes on through with older kids as well. In older kids, when you hit puberty, your brain, your prefrontal cortex in your brain kind of shuts off because it's starting to grow and change, and you get more brain cells in that area. And the prefrontal cortex is the decision-making part of your brain, and because it's not developed, you are more likely to make impulsive decisions and do stupid stuff, which is a sign of ADHD. It can be one of the symptoms. So I'm asking you not to take the medication, to try and work on behavioral aspects with kids instead, and with yourself. I know I stayed up till 6 o'clock last night writing three papers and a speech and a PowerPoint. So I know that their temptation is there to not do what you're supposed to or do other things, but be careful and being a little bit crazy and doing things that you're not supposed to is a normal thing. It's a normal thing of growing up, and you learn how to regulate yourself and do a better job and think before you take the medication. But it's always an option if it's necessary.